Hello, Stephen Ames. This is my reflection for my educational technology class group project. Coming from a corporate background, this was neat because I've been from the development side most of my career, developing technology as it was written and scripted for me. Switching over and kind of thinking about the learning side of things, even though I've been familiar with those processes, but to actually sit down and to reflect on that and think what's best for the learner was a neat and interesting challenge. Secondly, to reach out to a teacher from the non-corporate side and to provide opportunity to reflect on things and to help her with lesson plans was also nice from changing audiences for a change. So overall, this was a nice project, and we'll discuss some more of the details about this project. For this project, we basically divided into 3 parts. The first part is for the learner and the activities to help increase their learning. The second part is a toolbox for the teacher, which is divided again into 2 parts of helping her support her with her development of using these new tools. And then the second part is a one-stop resource to help her organize and keep these tools in one central location. And lastly, the third part is how a support desk to help her answer any questions that we may not have covered and allow her to have the opportunity to ask those questions and quickly respond to them. Therefore, we will not impact her classroom. For the first part, the learning activities for the learners, we wanted to take advantage of the UDL process and reach out to their learning styles and specifically the way their brain processes information. The 3 or 4 ways that the brain processes information. To do this, we researched several online sites, whether they're videos or interactive activities or just other support methods. We wanted to help the teacher develop a blended learning method with our traditional lab settings and classroom discussion to pull in this new technology to allow students really to multiple ways to grasp the concepts of tree rings and water cycles and other scientific process. So we just wanted to basically to provide our opportunity to take a traditional class and bring these elements into it to hope to, if a student's struggling, there's a little more online opportunities to research this information further in both ways that may not be possible in the traditional setting, and just to reach out and provide that interactivity, the video, and just something a little different other than a basic lecture to help the students retain this information. For the next section, we devised the teacher's toolbox. Basically, we divide this into 2 sections. The first part is more professional development for her. Just how to use wikis, how to use online resources, and other things we thought may be helpful for somebody that may not be very familiar with using computer technology in the class. We just wanted examples of things, to give her ways to think about it, how could she effectively integrate this technology and help her feel more comfortable using it. The second portion is more the resource portion for the class. Researching some of these online resources, we had trouble ourselves keeping up with them, and you can bookmark pages or write them down, but they still kind of got lost over time, especially comparing them with other team members. So that's where we thought this page would be a nice place to keep all those resources in one place. And then by placing it on a Google site, we had the opportunity to easily update the site, and then when we reflect this in such reflection, if we find an activity we thought was great but it wasn't, we can easily delete it and replace it with another substitute. Or over time, if we want to add more science principles to it, other than the tree rings and water cycle, we could also add topics to it. And then also the teacher could share it with other teachers and effectively reach out past this class and just this year that we're helping this teacher do her project. And finally, our third section of our site, the help desk. This is our answer to provide timely answers to questions that we may not have covered or new questions that they arise for the teacher. In this section, we first provide the teacher with a brief introduction to wikis and how to use wikis effectively. Secondly, we follow that with a brief tour of our site, all sections of our site, using Captivate to just further help her feel more comfortable in using the site in her classroom. And then lastly is the actual wiki portion for our interactive discussion with our team, between our team and the teacher, which hopefully will allow for answer those on-the-fly questions and not provide any major interruption for her classroom and for her to provide the best possible educational experience for her students. Well, that concludes the 3 sections of our project. Hopefully, these well thought out solutions will help our teacher incorporate technology into her classroom and ultimately provide a better experience for her students.